Okay, we are live. And as I continue to let everybody know, we are trying out a new software. And right now we are having an issue. So hold on. Ah, okay. Let's see. Can you hear that?
I can't hear. I only hear you. Do we
Okay,
have to
good.
mute it?
Because when I go live on Instagram, it plays in the background and I can hear it out loud. I hear us talking.
Oh,
Um, okay, but we are not live in the group. It is still causing me problems. So let me just see if I can fix that before we start talking about our topic, because I think this is a really great topic. So let me see if I can. Okay, there's instructions here. So I'm going to just take a second, even though it's a little awkward for people who are watching us on other platforms. I want to try to get us right on all the platforms if I can. So give me 2 minutes. Open group setting, post open group settings. So apparently, Facebook is giving everybody a hard time going from a external software, streaming software, to a Facebook group. So, and it's not working for me. So, all right. So let's just start, and we will go from there, and I'll get it posted in the group after. So, welcome,
right.
Megan. How are you?
Well, how are you, Nancy?
I'm good. We are talking today. Let me see if I can get it back up on the screen for a second after I take a picture of the issue that we're having. Let me get rid of it. Okay, money management is our topic for today, and the number of connections you make matters. What does that mean?
Okay, so breaking it down in numbers, right? Last month, you and I talked about what the numbers meant for marketing. And
Yes.
so, coming after marketing, after somebody is self-identified and said, "Hey, I'm just following along here. I'm curious as to what else you have to say." They've entered your email list. They're following you on Instagram, whatever it is. Like they have self-identified that they're vibing with what you have to say.
Yeah.
Now, the next step is to get them across the line sales wise, right? We want to bring them into our world. We want to serve them, however it is that we serve our clients and customers. So there are two parts to sales. Sales appears on your income statement. It's your revenue line. So
Yes.
how do we go from somebody following you or vibing with what you have to say to coming across the line? And there's two components to it. One, invitation, right? I don't see sales as a somebody finding me and coming and offering like, hey, Megan, I've been hearing what you have to say. Here, take my money. That's a little bit of a leap. Not to say it doesn't happen. It happens. But there is more activity that can be had with invitations, with conversations that matches up those people that are vibing with what it is that you get for your clients, that result that you come across the line, and how you guys come to a price on it. So, uh, the gift of going second. Are you familiar with this term?
Going second?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Gift of going second. So the gift of going second has its concept in nobody, like you've heard of early adopters, but there's not very many early adopters, really. Everybody's always kind of looking around like, are you going to buy Google Glass first? Is somebody else going to do it before I do it? Like they want to make sure that it's okay to go. And second
Right.
of yes, and
Like
second of all,
ChatGPT, right? Everyone's like, are you using it?
that's it.
Are
Is
you,
it
yeah,
right?
like, should
Right.
I
Is
be
this going to
using it?
go? Do I need to do my time with this? Is this
Right.
legit? Is it legit? Is it going to get me what I want, or is this all just marketing?
Right.
And the other part of that is like, how would I go about doing that? So I have this picture in my mind of when people are raising their hand, joining your list, becoming a follower, that there's a reason that they've come to see you. And through the marketing, like you've done your thing, but you might not necessarily understand the core of what it is, why people are following you, loving your stuff, whatever it is, why
Yes.
it's
And I think that's a big deal. Like, not everyone understands why are people following them? What are they expecting?
exactly. What are they expecting, right? There's something different about you than what they've seen other places that makes them a little bit more interested in you. And you don't necessarily know what that is, right? Because marketing is a lot of stuff. And so if you imagine this tent, and inside this tent, there are tables of different colors, and the different colors are the different types of content. Like one might be a specific style that you have, one might be an opinion that you've shared. Just there's different color tables. So as people are raising their hand and coming into the tent, they gather around the table that interests them the most. And we, as the business owner, may not be able to see what color table that they're interested in.
Yes.
So we need to ask.
How?
We need to have those one-on-one conversations. We need to be the ones to give the gift of going second and of making this an easy transition for them to eventually say, yes, I'm on board, right?
Okay.
So some people are really great at their marketing in the first place. They know why people appear on their calendar and things are going well. If you have people that are raising their hand, that are interested, that are following on your list, but nobody's saying like, hey, I want to work with you, that doesn't mean they don't want to work with you. That just means that you have a little bit more work to do to go and have those conversations, to initiate them on your side. I hate networking events. I have so much social anxiety. It makes me crazy.
Oh, I can help you with that.
Oh,
But
yeah.
okay.
So my thing when I go to networking events is that I look for the other people that are also feeling a little awkward, and I go start the conversation with them. That way I don't have to be alone. That way I can, feel like I'm welcoming, feel like I have a job while I'm there. The same thing is true in your business. So if somebody is on your email list, maybe a personal email that says, hey, you've been on my email list for a while. Do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
Starting a conversation with people.
Starting the conversation. So if your marketing is so great that it goes straight from marketing into sales, people are lining up, this is not a conversation for you. If you've been through the marketing, you're doing marketing and it's starting to work, and people aren't signing up, it is now on you to do the next piece of work, which is to reach out to them individually. And I'm not saying everybody,
Right.
but start reaching out in understanding what it is what table are they gathered around? Are they gathered around your beautiful kitchens?
Mm-hmm.
Are they gathered around your diatribe against the beige blur? Are they gathered around simply your fantastic vacation pics? Right? Like, what is it that they're gathering around? This is going to do two things. One, it's going to help you really hone in on your marketing back there.
Mm-hmm.
But two, make that personal connection with somebody like, oh, they do care. They want to know more about why I am here.
Right.
And one, that bonds them to you. But secondly, you learn what color of table that they're gathered around. Like, oh, they like the fact that I use a whole lot of color in that one design. They love the color.
The
Great.
problem, I think, is that people don't know the right question to ask. So you have to keep asking until you discover the right question.
Yes.
And people feel self-conscious about that. They get fearful around that. Am I going to look stupid? Does this sound stupid? But I always go back to the fact that it's your business to succeed or fail. So if you're not taking the extra time to at least try something like this and your business is not doing well, then it points right to you, not doing the right thing to keep your business alive. So
this is not a
getting
time
the
to be
guts.
passive.
Whoops,
right?
Hold on, what did I do? Say that again.
This is not a time to be passive.
No, it's a time to be bold and be fearless in a way, but do it in a way, when I say be bold and be fearless and be uncomfortable, if it makes you uncomfortable, because this is what's going to possibly get your pipeline full, is by having these personal one-on-one connections with people. What do you need from me? What would you like from me? What do you like of the content I've been putting out? Why are you here? Am I serving you well? Right? Those types of things.
And if those questions don't work, then we get a different set of questions. But the first step is simply asking for permission to have a conversation with them.
Mm-hmm.
Step one.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I have a few questions
for a while.
Although I have to tell you, I get those emails every single day and I delete them because I can't stand when someone just reaches out to me and say, hey, is this a good place for me to ask you a question?
Ooh.
Just delete it. I hate that.
Okay.
So
So
that's
are they
me.
coming from people that you follow and are interested in and
They're
are
on
on
my
their email list?
LinkedIn. They're on my LinkedIn. They're interested in
Oh,
selling me
oh,
something.
let's
So,
let's let's call that okay. This is
so
a
how do they
curiosity
do
thing.
the numbers thing and reach out to a certain amount of people in order
Mhm.
to get to know what the people want and then to give them what they want without seeming spammy, which is what I get a lot of.
So there's different methods, right? This is sales, Nancy. This is not a time to shy off. There are going to be people that don't like you reaching out. Let's
Yes.
just accept that right now. There are going to be
Yes.
people that don't like it.
Well,
However,
go
those
ahead.
aren't your people. If they are following you and interested in what you have, and if I had an interior designer that I was head over heels in love with, and they reached out to me and said, "Hey, you've been following me for a while. Um, are you working on a project, or is is there something about my design that you like?
Yeah,
Like,
I'd love to know what your favorite part of my design is because
what's
I'm
your favorite
trying to
part
do
of it?"
more of that
Right.
in my social media feed. So I'm reaching out to you
Yeah.
since you seem to be very interested. So we can take our email list and we can break it down to actually who opens every single one, right? So
Mhm.
now you go, who opens every single one? Now maybe they're the people you reach out to that say, I notice you read all my emails. Thank you so much. Is there anything in particular you like more than other emails, to just try to figure out what they like, but to get through the fear of asking those tough questions.
Yes. And there
Is
are levels of this, right? Like the first level might be a generic survey that you send out to everybody.
right,
That doesn't work. The next level might be that personal email. If that doesn't work, it might be a video email that you send, like
which we've
make a
done also.
specific video, especially for them, and send that over. Whatever it is. If you don't have the sales and you know your marketing is working because your lists are growing, but your sales aren't coming across the line, it is on you to figure out what that personal touch is going to be that is going to result eventually in those sales. So that's the magic of sales. That's it. So if you have the people on the list, they're not making the sales, it's time to get out of our comfort zone and make that first invitation, that first come across the line. Posting your menu of services isn't necessarily going to work because they still can't see themselves in the end result that you've given, right? Like making that personal connection. Here's a little TMI for you. I was at church the other day, and the minister was talking about, like, he was calling out parents for a certain type of like disconnection with their family or whatever it was. But it was said in a way that I could still look around at all the parents and say, yeah, you guys aren't doing that right. What was lacking was him helping me self-identify that I am the problem. I am the one that he was calling out. Instead, he went just up to the line where I could still sit back and go, yeah, parents these days, what are you gonna do? It wasn't, you didn't connect it to that, that moment when you first grew up as a parent and you have that gut-wrenching feeling of, I can't believe I did that. I just hurt my child's feelings. And they're in their room crying because of something that I did. Like, that's what would have gotten me to self-identify. That's me. I've
I would
made
have
all
said
mistakes.
you're a good parent if that's the case, if
Yeah.
it was something
Yeah.
you needed to say
But
or to
still,
correct.
it helped
But
me see that it was me
Mhm.
that he was talking to, not just them out there.
Gotcha. Right. Right.
That's what we're looking for at this point, where they feel special because you see them now that they have made the first move to, like, hi, I'm here. Now appreciate them,
How can I serve you?
love them.
Yes. Yes. And I think it gets harder as you grow. Like smaller businesses, they can nurture their smaller list
Mhm.
better. And then as you get bigger, it gets a little harder, but it's still worth the effort. And whenever I hear you talk, I think, oh, we could be doing that better. Like every time I go live with anybody, any of my sponsors, my experts, I think, oh, we could be doing that better. And that is the story of running a business.
Yes. No
I don't
judgment.
want
We could all
anyone to
do
hear
stuff
this
better.
and go, oh my God, I run a shitty business because I'm not doing this. I'm saying, I admit that we don't always do this well, right? So this is
Yeah.
where you pick and choose when you're running your business, which things to focus on and which things to kind of let go, even though you want to do it all and you want to do it perfect. But if your sales are lacking, this is a great place to start. Are you connecting with your already existing following in a way that makes them want to keep following you and eventually hire you for what you do best? Get that personal connection. What can I do for you is a great question, really. Right?
Yes.
What can I do for you? If you have an email list and you haven't heard from anyone or no one's responding back, what can I do for you that would help you wherever you are related to my subject matter? Interior design, if you're a designer, right?
Yeah. And persistence pays off. I've had a woman in my email now for 3 weeks and I finally responded to her. I was like, okay, all right, I'll give you a meeting. That's no problem. We can talk shop.
Yes.
She was persistent, and I could tell she wasn't just one of these that Megan Dahle, CFO, and who's using some stuff from my stuff that's just old or whatever. It was generic, and she was following my stuff. She knew, she was parroting back the things that I had been doing very recently. I was like, okay, you earned it.
Yeah. And I
You
believe
got
it or
me.
not, that
I'll take your call.
yep, as much as it annoys me when people are persistent, there are a handful, less than a handful, of people that I thought the same thing. You know what? This person is persistent. They have done their research. I can tell by what they're giving. It's not a cookie cutter email that went out to everyone, or at least they convinced me it wasn't. And yeah, I would respond to once I saw that effort and that dedication and that tenacity. Then what I would do is go, okay, that worked for them. How can I use what they did to me, which worked? How can I use that to serve my clients? And that's the piece I teach all the time in the Profit Insiders. Look to see what caught your attention. Which email did you open? What was the subject line? What did they say inside of it? If you responded, that got you to respond. And then how can you mimic that and duplicate that for your own business in a way that makes sense, right? Think and learn every single day. Don't just delete, delete, delete. Stop and think, is this something I can apply to my business?
And the thing that you said there was serve. I love that. I love that because we as business owners forget that we get to work with people that we enjoy.
Yes.
We get to serve people that we enjoy.
Right.
That's the last part of sales is like, who are you letting in that gate? When you have these conversations and people are like, yes, I'm in, make sure that whoever you are letting into your inside world, you are going to be giving your time and dedication and talents to, make sure that they are people that you want to be serving, that you enjoy.
Well, again, that's the idealistic way, and that's what everyone wants to get to. But while you're growing your business, sometimes you're not dealing with just people who you want to serve. This is now a decision you get to make when you hit a certain point in your business.
Oh, we could have discussions about this one.
We should do this for
I'm
next
going to
time.
disagree with you on that bigly.
Yeah, because think about it. When you first start business, sometimes you're taking not your ideal, it wasn't your ideal in your head, but you've taken some other service models and then you find out, gee, I really do like that one. Or you reinforce the fact that you hate that and you don't ever want to do it again. So, I mean, we could talk about this for hours.
Oh yeah. Red flag clients. That's going to be our next one. Red flag clients.
I like that. Red flag clients.
Red flag clients.
That is okay. So let's go back to our discussion is about money management, and the number of connections that you make actually matters, because you cannot help but do more business with the more people you talk to and the more people you connect with authentically, accurately, and in a way that makes them see themselves in what you do.
Revenue is literally number of sales times the price of your service. Like that's it. That is your revenue line on your income statement.
Yes.
And the way that you hit that number is by making sure that people know how to hire you and that they're salivating to hire you.
Yeah. All right. Well, listen, this is one of those, I consider these, I don't know if it's the right word I'm using, but it's kind of like an esoteric topic. It's like, we can discuss this forever, sales, numbers, how it relates. But the bottom line is simple. The more people you talk to, the more likely you're going to find your ideal client. Period. Right? The more connections you make, the more likely you are to get the business you're looking for. So if you're hiding behind your computer and not making any connections, either social media wise or in person, your business is going to slowly possibly die.
Yeah. You could have the best marketing in the world, but if they don't know how to get inside, they're not gonna.
Okay. All right. So tell everyone how to find you if they need help with this subject, which is quite large. And I love your global view of it and then break it down to what they actually have to do.
Yeah. So you can come on over to megandahle.com, hop on my calendar. Many of you do, and I really appreciate that. Thank you. And we can talk about what you need. I'll be frank, the sales stuff is Nancy's jam,
It's
right,
my
left,
jam.
and sideways. That is her jam. She is much better at diagnosing the sales and marketing issues than I am. I am more there for you on the numbers side of things, wherever that may be, to make you really comfortable as the business owner of your business.
Yeah, and knowing your numbers is what will identify if you have an issue making sales and where your issue is. Is it in your marketing? Is it in your traffic? Is it like it starts with the numbers to be a true CFO of your business, right? Which is what we're trying to get everyone to be. Well, I should say a real CEO. Know your numbers, run your business by the numbers. Take action on your business based on the numbers. So hard to do, but once you get there, it's truly amazing.
Yes.
Okay. All right. On that note, everyone go click the link we provided for you. Get on Megan's calendar if you want to have a discussion about your numbers. And of course, if you're struggling in sales and you know it already, so get on my calendar because that works too, right? How to get your traffic up, how to close a sale, how to speak in a way that makes people want to hire you. That's the bottom line. Speak in a way that makes people want to hire you.
It's awesome.
Okay. All right. We'll talk to you next year. Thanks again, Megan, and have a happy holiday season.
Happy holidays to you too, Nancy.
You're blinged out, and I'm all like,
I am. I found this in a charity shop in
oh, cute. So cute. So cute. I know. I got to get my Santa hat on. I think I wore it last year. I got to go find it. All right. Talk to you soon, everyone. Go have a great day. Bye.
See ya.